My name is Christine, and I stopped eating for 2 weeks to get thinner. Whilst online, I came across a dieting blog by a girl called Sophie who had been on a diet where you eat under 400 calories a day. She posted some pictures, and she looked amazing. I decided then that becoming thinner would fix my problems. Everyone would compliment me on my new body, and I'd get my confidence back. I wasn't the sort of person who did things by halves. It was all or nothing. I'd read online that if you feel hungry, drinking a glass of water will make them go away. Even better, a can of Diet Coke and chewing gum would fill you up even more. I could do this. It was much easier than I expected. I purposely overslept, so I had to run to school without having breakfast. At lunch, I ate my ration of 2 carrots and Diet Coke. And I told my parents that I was studying for a test, so wanted dinner in my room. As soon as they'd left, I'd flush it down the toilet. Although for the first few days I did go hungry, I loved the feeling of control this gave me, and the hunger pangs got less and less. I didn't want to tell my friends what I was doing in case they copied me, but I did tell Sophie, the girl who had written the blog, that I was inspired by her. She told me I had so much willpower to not eat anything at all, and that she wished she could be as strong. We decided to encourage each other in our quest for perfection. Although I loved being in control of my diet and my life, after a few days, my friends had finally noticed that I wasn't eating, and whenever they asked, I would snap and say that I wasn't feeling well. I hated them for trying to sabotage my diet. At the weekend, I walked across my city to avoid any temptation of food, but I had to sit down a lot because I kept feeling dizzy. Then, I started fainting. The first time it was when I got up too fast from my bed. I woke up, shaken, on the floor, and vowed to get up more slowly next time. Then it happened at school, in front of my whole class. I was finding it easy to eat nothing now, as I had very little appetite anyway. I was feeling very, sick and lethargic most of the time, but Sophie told me she was feeling it too, and it would probably get better. We would message each other into the night with inspiration quotes and pictures. I stopped really talking to anyone else. I passed out in school again, but this time they couldn't get me to wake up. I finally woke up in hospital on an IV drip, extremely confused and feeling worse than I'd ever done in my life. My parents were there, and they told me that my brain had shut my body down because it just didn't have enough fuel, but that I was going to be all right. I felt too weak to cry. It took me a few weeks to fully recover, and luckily, because I hadn't been starving myself for very long, I hadn't done any lasting damage. I somehow found Sophie's parents, and it turns out that she has a very serious eating disorder that has been going on for years. I am now seeing a counselor, but I consider myself lucky that it didn't get too far. I have learned that despite what magazines or blogs might tell you, being thinner will not make you happy or sort out your problems. It will make you feel isolated and alone. Talking about how you are feeling with those who love you will help solve your problems. If you have any crazy dieting stories, please share in the comments below. And if you like the story, hit the button and subscribe so you can see our future stories.